My name is Mavrick. I was born in the city of Kovac, a city shrouded in fog and protected by mountains. I was a talented mage. My master said if you can master the elements, then the magic will come easy to you. Decades would pass and I would come to Tristram for the events of Diablo. The town was small and dark. The villagers kept to themselves, except the woman who would be my future wife. Time would pass and we would have a family, but my thirst for knowledge would be overwhelming. I would be gone for months to seek new knowledge. I was so overwhelmed time passed before I knew it. What felt like weeks turned out to be a year. I would return to Tristram only to see it in ruins. The undead demons had taken over it. I would fight my way through, only to come home to the blood of my family and their corpses on the floor. The deaths drove me insane to seek power no mage should ever seek, the power of necromancy. But I would hold my respect for their deaths. I buried them and made my way through the dark forests and swamps. I kept to myself and let the darkness swallow me. It would only be the winds and the spirits talking to me. I would hear about the rogue camp and the horrors that would await me. Alright guys, how's it going? So, you may be looking at something different. I tried doing the window to fit size thing, and no matter what in the guide I'm recording, it still gives me the black bars on the side that you guys will probably see. So I'll probably just add some banners or some crap like that to the side of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the story about Mavrick's life. So Mavrick is our necromancer we're going to be doing the walkthrough of. Now, we've done the walkthrough of the Amazon, which was a hybrid bow javelin zone, but like I've explained to several of my Diablo 2 Twitch streamers and players like that, you have your quest storyline, which is this, and you'll have back intros about the enemies and crap like that, but you really never get a depth story about your champions. So that's where this is going to be coming in. For the celebration of Diablo 2 Remastered, I decided to make my own story about our own champion, which is my favorite one, which is the Necromancer. And that's the one we're going to be writing our own story out for him, and the ventures and the tales that he'll actually be seen going through the rogue camp, going through Loot Glade, so forth throughout the entire game until we actually beat it. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get this started. Now, some rules I'm going to be setting now. Curses and crap like that. His entire thing is using curses. Different curses. He has bone armor, he uses poison, and he's a huge summoner. So you can have big armies of just skeletons and crap like that. So the restrictions we're going to be doing is we're going to be using only wands and necromantic heads. So, we can use body armor and crap like that. But as for weapons and shields, that's the only one we're going to be actually using. So if it's a sword or if it's a buckler shield or anything like that, we will not be using it because it's not counted as a necromantic gear. Now, from when I was playing on my Battle.net one, since I just restarted up, you can have up to about 9 skeletons with the amount of gear that I have. And that's just beginner starter gear. And I'm pretty sure you can have around the same amount for skeleton mages. You can have up to 1 golem, which is a clay, blood, iron, or fire golem. And, but we are going to be making a summoner poison nova necromancer. So, that'll be evolving in using our summoner skill tree and using our poison skill tree. Now, poison is not something that's going to instantly kill enemies, but it will actually slowly wither them away. Hence the, trailer drop, the alchemy of poison. So, and since Mavrick has lost his family and he's in a tragic state, he hears about the horrors of the rogue camp and what is actually going on. And like I say, I always apologize for the loud clicking of my mouse. Not much else I can really do about it. So what we're gonna do is actually get that off a minute. One thing that I've learned is that if you keep your bonuses, if an item gives you +1 to skills and you add that 1+ skill to it, it will actually take it away. So it's kind of annoying. So now normally you never want to put points into your mana as playing a Necromancer because you will eventually be getting gear. That's if you play Battle.net. However, or if you're using mods. But if you're doing like vanilla Diablo like I am, I would recommend doing it because Corp Explosion will use a lot of your mana. So, and I usually tend to go for strength more than I do health because I'll have the armies backing me up. So I can actually stay back, throw some curses, and do that. So basically, after the tragic events of him losing his family, he enters the dark forests and swamps, as it says in the beginning. And he just slowly lets the darkness just slowly consume him. Distraught, not knowing what to actually do. That's where he turns to necromancy. So, we're going to be looking for the Den of Evil here. I want to gain some levels. But after every 2 chapters or so, we'll try to squeeze in another part. So, Den of Evil might be 1 video, or it might be 2, depending on how quickly we can find it, grind, and so forth. Death within this place. I love that line. Now, if you know anything about me as a straight up gamer, I love horror movies, and I love skulls and stuff like that. I'm basically a gothic metalhead, so playing games like Diablo, stuff like that, like Renaissance, Victorian type of era, this might even be predating that, probably around like the Dark Age. I love games like this, so, and introducing something like the Necromancer, oh hell yeah. Necromancer was the first character I ever made on Battle.net, but the Druid was the first character I ever made on single player. So when you play the Necromancer and the Summon one, you at least want to get your main 3 skeletons. After that, your choice, this is how I do it, then you want to start putting points into your Amplify. With curses, you only want to put 1. And the reason is because it's already going to be big enough as it is, and you're going to be spamming it a lot. And after that, you're pretty much just going to be wasting points into it anyways. Shaman, you are so goddamn annoying to take on. After that, you'll have your choice option, either putting points into getting more skeletons, or you're putting points into getting your skeleton mastery. Now, really the big difference is you're gaining slightly more health with your skeletons if you put in your actual skeleton army. If you put into more of your skeleton mastery, you'll gain slightly a little more health and slightly a little more damage, but they'll tend to last a little longer, so your army won't be as big. So you're basically choosing defenses over army size. So totally choice option there. I usually tend to go with army size over defenses, and the way I played and fought Diablo last night, it did not take me very long to kill him. But like I said, I also had better gear than I do now, so we'll see how that goes. I pretty much did like a little test run. But I'll treat you boys. But Mavrick had the choice of actually bringing his family back from the dead, but he chose to respect their deaths. So, he basically chose solitude instead of actually damning their souls type of situation. So in this case, he's going to try to redeem part of his humanity that he's already sacrificed to necromancy, from being a great mage to using forbidden magic, and try to save a little bit of himself from his own damnation. Not being able to save his family from the demons and the destruction of Diablo. He seeks out the magic that is his own kin and guild, you know, forbid. So, and since he will actually be shunned for it, so. You know. Okay, you have spectral heads. I'm gonna let my skeletons do those work. But the story will get a little more in depth and stuff like that. So. This is where Amplify will come in. Amplify, I basically explained in my other video when I was doing the Amazon one, it increases the damage taken by magic and physical damage. So, which is really great when you're playing the Necromancer. You boys are taking like too goddamn long. Let's grab. Alright, sir. I'm not going to do this. I didn't want to get this too early, but you are starting to annoy me. One curse, that's all you need. Even tells you the yards and crap like that. But, like I said, because you're going to be getting to spam you with it, and with the necromantic gear, you usually tend to get gear that's going to expand your curses, or help give your skeletons more life, give you a bigger army, so on and so forth. Curses do not cost that much, but since you will be continuously spamming them, and since it's going to be the beginning of the game, you're not going to have that much mana. So, hence the reason why I'm putting points into my mana. And with that, he clears the den of evil. Is that enough to earn the rogue's trust? Alright, at that 1 point, we're going to put it into our Master. And it says, increases life and damage with the raised creatures. And that also means revive creatures. Now, what that means is that you can actually revive any enemy you've actually slain. However, before you start jumping out of your chairs, you cannot revive bosses. So you can't just go around killing all these bosses and think you're going to have an army of bosses and they're just going to slaughter all these minions. Not going to happen. So, some of these videos will probably be a little longer. This will probably be the longest one because of the fact that we're doing the whole intro, letting you guys know what's going down, you know, what's going to happen, what's been added, what's the, you know, so forth. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to end the video once we get to the burial grounds. Now, I know, kind of a cliffhanger, but, you know, I don't want to make these videos over, you know, 30 minutes, and hell, even having a goddamn 22-minute video end up having to wait like 4 hours for it to upload, which was ridiculous. You know, sometimes my internet is just like goes by really quick, and sometimes goes by really slow. You know, so we're gonna leave it off on a cliffhanger. I don't know. We'll see. We might make the first video extra long. You know, but otherwise, you guys won't be seeing this later. You guys still won't be seeing this later tonight, anyway. So, as usual, too, I will be doing offshore grinding on our champion, so make sure they don't fall behind too far back. I checked my Amazon when I did the first walkthrough of. We beat the game at level 34. You know, so expect to run that same level with the Necromancer, maybe a little higher. You know, strictly because some of the parts of the game are going to take a little longer to actually get through because of the way they made the animations of the skeletons in the game. You know, they're not like Maglair, for instance. Like, if this is your champion and this is the hallway, your champion is just going to go through. The problem with playing the Necromancer and the Maglairs is sometimes your skeletons will get stuck behind you or get forward or be right next to you. And so they're limited to actually attacking to only 1 or 2 skeletons at a time. So, which can be kind of goddamn annoying, and it's one of the main reasons why a lot of people hate Arcane Sanctuary, hates Maglair, any areas that are like that. They're just like one tunnel because it takes forever to clear with your skeletons. So, be prepared for that once we start hitting Act 2, and you wonder why the videos might be slightly a little longer, you know, or broken into multiple pieces. You know. And I apologize for the car. Oh, we found it. Yep, we all know about that. And of course, you'll be hearing non-copyright music too, which I'll have the links in the description below. Alright, let's see if we can slay Bloodraven. She's got that one army protecting her, so she's gonna be kind of tricky. Sorry, sweetheart. We got our own army of the dead. Bloodraven is counted as a boss, so no, you cannot bring her back. Get some of the boys back. Turn. Make sure you keep the curse on her, and the skeletons will do the work. With Bloodraven, you always want to try to get her into a small space, because otherwise she will just continuously run around. Oh, you little. Like something in the corner like this, for instance, where you can get your skeletons to come over here. Bloodraven, don't now make this goddamn difficult. Gotcha. Oh, give me a club, which is nice if we were actually using actual weapons, but we're not. And that's where he will get his companion, the rogue. And okay, I'm not even trying to pronounce that name. Dialogue, crap like that, I'm just going to be skipping because there's just no point. You guys have already listened to it once. Oh, that's a decent charm. So not bad. Extra gold. Alright guys, so that's the first video. So I know there's probably a little jumble into it, but you know, you guys should pretty much get the whole basic thing of whatever we're going to be doing. But like I said, you guys will probably be seeing some banners on the sides because of the way I'm doing this in window capture, because you can't do this in game capture because it will not capture Diablo 2 in game capture, and I can't do it in screen mode where you can like record your desktop. It won't work that way either. So I'll make some banners or some crap like that on the sides, and I'll put those in there, and you guys will be seeing the video like that. So do apologize, but Diablo 2 is picky like that. So, but either way, I hope you guys will be joining the journey with Mavrick and me. And like I said, every 2 chapters or so, you know, you'll get another extra part of the dialogue where he'll actually be explaining that part of the adventure that he went through and what he's seen, what he dealt with, and how he's holding on to it. So it gives you a little more depth story of your champion that, in this case, I'll be playing. So, but like I said, you guys will be seeing this later tonight, probably around dinner time, and catch you guys tomorrow for another episode. Thanks, guys.